Yo. What's going on, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Let's get this thing crack-a-lacking. Let's get it. Hope everybody had a great day yesterday. Hope everybody had a great morning so far. Let's do the damn thing, man. Let's get it. How was everybody's day yesterday? Everybody had a good day? Do. Appreciate it, brother. Mario was good, AR. Alright, you guys, let's get right into it. Very interesting day today. Market's still a freight train, and I mean, based off these charts, I don't think we're coming down anytime soon. Obviously, I could be wrong, but I think another all-time high break is going to come before anything else. If I were to say so myself. Today we do have no, we don't. No data of the day. Pretty much good to go. Had a couple little data points at 8:30, but nothing of an importance. Tomorrow we have FOMC minutes at 2:30. No, 2. Excuse me. And then Thursday we have our usual, and then Friday we have non-farm payrolls if the government is not still shut down. So the rest of the week is gonna be very important, but today we have nothing to worry about. First things first, let's go over SPY here. Side note, Hannah won't be here this morning. She was traveling, so just gonna be me. I'll go over everything. SPY, first things first. I mean, you guys can see what's going on here, right? This is bullish as all get out, right? Long as we're above 666.50, 667.50, this is bullish as bullish gets, right? So what we're looking for today is we're simply looking for that pullback into demand for longs, or we're looking for that break and hold above 673 to go long for that new all-time high squeeze. That's pretty much the nature of this chart, right? Now, if things were to change, this is what you should watch. Number one, let's say we break here. Let's say we break this all-time high, 673, and fail. That could be an opportunity short. A guaranteed opportunity short would be if we lose 666.50. But long as those levels are holding, we are bullish, okay? Don't forget it. Write it down. That simple. QQQ, pretty much identical chart, right? Bullish across the board on these higher time frames. Hourly uptrend still intact. I mean, this is, pretty much simple it gets. Yesterday's high was a new all-time high, which is about 609.50. That's what we're looking at here. We pulled back, we held this major demand, and we are now pretty much back at all-time highs. So those are our parameters, right? We're looking for that pullback into demand for demand bounce, or we're looking for that break and hold above 609.50 for a new all-time high squeeze. Now, as always, I like to keep you guys prepared. The only downside scenarios I could possibly see playing out are obviously one, the break and failure of that 609.50. That's a downside scenario. Or two, the beautiful downside scenario would be losing that 601.50, which would get us back down into this 595 area. But as long as those levels are holding, we are still bullish. Okay? Very, very bullish. IWM, it's actually starting to creep up here as well. If you want to trade this, which is not a bad idea, above 248, right? If we can hold this demand here at 244, 246, get that nice break and hold above 248, this is going to squeeze into 250 plus. So definitely keep an eye on IWM today, as it's been kind of having its own relative strength. NQ, freight train, nothing else to say here. Higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. And we continue to push new all-time highs every time that higher low has been made. So today's session, what is important for us? A little bit different chart for Qs versus NQ, but the levels are still essentially the same. 25, 250, all-time highs. 25, 110 is that structure. So if we're trading NQ today, we're looking for that break and hold above 25, 250 for the squeeze into 25, 300 plus. Or we're looking for a pullback and hold of 25, 110 for longs. That is our approach today to trading longs on NQ. Now, downside scenario would come into play really only under one condition, but higher risk would be, hey, break all-time highs, fail, lose 25,200, you're short back into 25,110. The A plus short setup will be below 25,110, back down into 25,050, 25,000. So pretty much same game plan as Qs. As long as we're holding this demand, we're bullish, and that level will correlate to 25,110. ES. This is probably the cleanest chart. I mean, just look how significant this demand is. Previous resistance, which is now a major support demand, right? So that's our big level here. 67.55, 67.45. Long as we're above it, technically we're bullish. So we're watching for one, a break and hold above this major psychological level here and all-time high resistance at 6,800. If we can get that, I truly believe we'll squeeze at least 10, 15, maybe 20 points higher. So definitely keep an eye on that. Downside, watch that pullback initially into this demand for a demand bounce. If you want to be short today, it needs to be off of two scenarios. One, break 6,800 and fail. That's scenario number one. Scenario number two, below 67.45. These are two scenarios that can essentially play out anytime this week and would be valid. But as you can see, we kind of have a range created now, which is 67.45 and that 6,800. And it's a bullish range, right? Because we are making higher highs and higher lows. So just keep that in mind. This chart is still very bullish. RTY, the level I mentioned, which was 248, correlates to 25.15 here on RTY. So if we can get above that, we should squeeze higher. YM, totally different chart here. It's kind of been lagging behind, but I do think there's a possibility that we catch up. And the level to watch is 47,000. That was that major resistance, support, yesterday's resistance, and this pre-market resistance. So if you're looking to trade YM, you're simply watching for two things here. You're watching for a break and a failure for a short off that 47,000, or you're watching for a reclaim and hold of 47,000 for a squeeze back into these all-time highs. Okay, so all your decision making on YM is going to be based off of 47,000. Okay, pretty much that simple. Gold, where do we start? I mean, this is a chart that has simply forgot how to pull back, right? That's pretty much it. This has pretty much been a vertical line higher, and we're definitely getting overextended, but does that mean we have to pull back? No, not necessarily, but there are important levels here for you to watch. Number one is 39.22, which is that previous resistance. Number two is this 4,000 absolute massive psychological level. So what we're watching here is we're watching for a break and a failure. I think that could provide a nice short entry on gold. The most obvious setup here would obviously be the break and hold above. I think with a level like this, it's not going to be very straightforward as we've seen, but if we can break that 4,000 after these multiple rejections, we should go higher. In the case we don't and we pull back, keep an eye on that 39.22. Initially for a demand bounce, and if we fail, this is where the floodgates open for gold. So the most important levels today, or really this week, are that 4,000 and 39.22, okay? Now let's get into these individual names here. We have some beautiful, beautiful setups. This is a chart I have major FOMO on. We've been watching this for literally a month and a half and I missed it, but I will not miss it today. What we're watching on Microsoft after this major breakout yesterday is we're watching for a pullback in a 525 or 520 for a demand bounce. If we can break this resistance at 532, that should trigger that move back into 540 plus. So the A plus setup today on Microsoft is the 520, 525 bounce or above 532. Meta, very weak yesterday session, but if you guys notice, all we did was push down into demand, a weekly demand. So with Meta, this could be a nice potential swing opportunity, right? Look at the significance of this demand. Major bullish pin bar, nice rising volume off of this demand. This could be the start to something huge. And if it does get started, what you need to be watching here is 710. As long as we maintain 710, this is bullish, okay? 2, if we fail 710, we're likely going to see that previous day's low. So all your decision making on Meta is going to be based off of 710. Nvidia, it's kind of losing this momentum relative to the market, right? But ultimately, we're still holding this demand here at 184. If Nvidia is above 184, it's bullish, plain and simple, okay? 184, watch for a demand hold, or if we can get above 190, I think this will be the squeeze into 200. Okay, so your decision making here on Nvidia should be based off 184 or 190. If we lose 184, this chart is not a chart you would want to be long on. In fact, it is a chart you want to be short on back into 180. All right, that's the game plan there on Nvidia. AMD screamed. When I mean screamed into new all-time highs yesterday. Excuse me, not new all-time highs, previous all-time highs off of news with an AI. It was up about 40% yesterday. We had about a 10% pullback, which is very healthy considering the move that we made. What you want to watch here on AMD, this is my top watch, is this 200 level or 185. If we can get that pullback into 200, that's the higher risk long entry. Safer long entry would be 185. And that's pretty much the nature of this chart, okay? If we can get above 227, which are the current all-time highs, that's when this party really gets started again, okay? So keep an eye on AMD. After that first day move, we're essentially looking for that second day continuation, especially after the consolidation. Looks very good. Apple, same chart we've been looking at for the past week and a half, 2 weeks. 250, major demand. 260, major supply. I will not touch Apple in between here. I'll trade it down here at this demand, or I'll trade it above this supply. That's pretty much it here for Apple. And I encourage you to do the same thing because we're opening essentially in the middle of this range. Now, you could argue, yes, we do have a little rising channel here. So there's a great possibility Apple holds the bottom of this channel and goes and breakouts from there. In that case, sure, you could look for longs off the open with the stop below that pre-market low. That would be the higher risk approach. But with Apple, I'm not going to FAFO, right? I'm not going to fuck around and find out. I'm going to wait for either 260 or I'm going to wait for either 250, right? That's the safest way to trade this, and that's how I'm going to go about it. Coin, essentially just waiting for a pullback here. Pretty much filled that gap, sitting above that major demand, which is 352, 355. That's pretty much my game plan, okay? 365, 355, pullback, hold, longs, pullback, hold, better long entry, okay? If we get above that 392, that should be an imminent move back into 400. So that is a nice breakout you could take also. Tesla. Significant downside last week. That was pretty much almost erased, right? In the past 2 trading days. Now the question here for Tesla is lower high or higher low? That's the question. Are we going to pull back, hold, and then rip higher? Are we going to fail here and trade lower? That's the big question here. And the levels you need to be watching, number 1, 433. Number 2, 455. You're looking for a pullback and a hold here, 433, 435. Or you're looking for that breakout above 455 into 470. Now, you might say, well, Felony, we're weak this morning, right? You're not wrong. Could you go short on Tesla this morning? Abso-fucking-lutely, okay? Tesla's already showing nice relative weakness here pre-market. Beautiful failure off of that supply, lower high, lower high. We just broke that massive structure from yesterday's session. So off the open, what you could watch on Tesla is a drop, pop back into that 448, 450 for a short down into 433 at this demand. That is a higher risk setup, and I think this is a beautiful trade for this morning if Tesla continues to show relative weakness. Okay, so keep that on watch. Next, we have Netflix. This is a name that essentially just held demand, right? Look at the significance of this demand. Major daily, weekly demand that is being held, okay? On top of that, we are reclaiming structure here. Netflix is bullish, okay? Netflix is bullish as long as we're above 1170. If we're above 1170, use that as your reference for a long back into 1200. If we fail 1170, that is when this can see lower. So just keep that in mind. This is a chart that you do want to be long on above 1170. Lastly here, PayPal. Oh my goodness. There's no way we missed this swing. It looks like we missed it. I should have swung this yesterday. Darn it. This was my top swing watch today. Fuck. We held that demand, had that beautiful top of the base here, gap fill back into 78. Damn. I don't think it's over, right? We're in the middle of the gap fill. I think we'll probably catch a pullback on this, but this is the A+ setup today, okay? PayPal broke the top of this base, 70.5, 71. Top of the gap fill is 78. PayPal is the A+ setup today, okay? You're looking for a pullback in a 72, 71 on PayPal for a swing entry, number 1, right? Number one is a swing entry. You would use a stop below 70. That would be your stop loss below this 70 level for the swing. And two, right? Number two, you'll be looking for an intraday demand bounce. Okay? This is the A+ setup today. Right here. Got a nice catalyst this morning sending this higher. PayPal is the one to watch today. Okay? For a swing and a day trade. Right? I think PayPal can get back up here into 78 or higher. Right? This is an A+ swing setup by definition. We had that beautiful drop. We had that beautiful base. Now we have that drop base rally. Longest PayPal is above 71 and 72. This is bullish. Go long, hold. Okay? That is the nature of this chart. Right? This is an absolute beautiful, beautiful chart today. So make sure you're keeping an eye on PayPal. I'm going to do my best to try to get a swing entry as soon as possible. And I really think this can get a lot higher, at least back up at the 80s or 78 minimum. So definitely keep an eye on PayPal today. A little upset I didn't enter yesterday, but it's all good. You know, we were watching this yesterday, but it's not over. Far from over. Right now we're trading at 74. Got another $4 move at least. So definitely keep an eye on PayPal today. This is top swing watch. Next, I have a couple more swings I want to go over. LMT. Whenever this does pull back, keep an eye on that 489. 489 pullback swing on LMT for a move back into this 540. This is a beautiful chart after that major demand hold. QCOM. You guys remember we've been in this swing for a long time. We've taken profit just holding runners. Long as QCOM is above 164, this is a chart that you want to be long on. You would keep your stop back below that breakout candle's low at 162. Okay? This is another top swing watch back into 176. Beautiful chart. XYZ. This is also a beautiful swing. You can call this a bull flag. You can call it a cup and handle. You can call it what you want. It's bullish. Okay? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful demand hold here off of 71. Starting to break out of this hourly downtrend. This is a trade that I'm looking to enter today. Today. If we can break this resistance here at 78.50, that should give us that move back into 85, potentially even higher. So this is also a top swing watch. PayPal being number one swing watch. QCOM, XYZ, and then we have Docu again back down in this demand. You guys can see the importance of this demand dating from back in March, all the way in November, March again in 2024 from 2023, all the way into this year. This has been a significant demand. Long as we're above 65, 67, this is a trade I'm probably going to enter and just build some size into. Okay, this looks very, very nice for a swing as long as we're above that 65, 67. Next, we have CRM. Pretty much identical chart, right? Major demand here, 230, 235. You guys can see the importance of this demand. Beautiful bullish engulfing from yesterday's session. Weekly bullish engulfing. If we can hold this move from yesterday or get back above 257, this is going to be an excellent swing for higher back into 280, potentially even 300. Okay. PayPal we already discussed. This is the A+ setup today. Microsoft we already discussed. This is also the A+ setup today. If you guys are looking at the same charts I'm looking at, we are bullish. Okay. Very bullish, very strong. So with that being said, you guys know what to watch on NQ. I mean, honestly, the best setup today was this right here. Just happened. 25,200. Grab that long entry off of 25,200. Hold for the all-time high test. Trim. Hold runners for the break. That was the best setup. But obviously, I missed that doing this live. But it's far from over, to say the least. Far from over. ES, same thing. 6,800. We have a lot of beautiful setups today, guys. Long as everything holds, we should have a very, very nice day. As you guys can see, there are setups across the board from swings to day trades. Today, we do have a lot to look forward to. And yeah, man, that's what I'm watching today. That's why I'm watching it. If you guys have any tickers you want me to check out, feel free to post them. I got another 2 or 3 minutes I can hang out. I got to grab my breakfast. Whatever you guys got, feel free to post them. You took that retest? Nice. Yeah, that was a beautiful trade, man. Beautiful trade. 50-point move before market even opens. It's lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Wow, we're really starting to squeeze too. We're really starting to squeeze. Amazon? Sure. Amazon. Major demand. Major supply. Those are your parameters. We got a drop, we got a base. Two things will come of this. Drop, base, drop, or we're going to get a drop, base, rally. So watch that 225 or 216 on Amazon. What am I getting for breakfast? Oatmeal and a banana. INTC. Back into supply. Back in supply here. A major supply at that. But the big demand is down here at 2650, 2750. If we do get a trickle down here, that could be a great long-term position and a swing entry. Side note, I do want to talk about Disney real quick because this is a trade that I entered yesterday. I plan on entering options today. As you can see, Disney is testing this major demand here at 110, and I want to add more down here at 100. I grab equity on this, but if we can maintain this structure throughout this week, I'm going to grab some options. So Disney is simple as if we're holding 111, 111.50, this is bullish too, okay? So keep an eye on this for a swing. The top swing watch today is PayPal. This is the A+ setup, but we do have a couple others behind that, all right? So just the gist of today, we're bullish, okay? We're very bullish. If something changes, you guys know the levels to watch. And yeah, man, I'll see majority of you guys here in a little bit on live trading. And we'll snag one of these swings and hopefully catch one of these nice day trades. And yeah, man, catch you guys here in a little bit. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this pre-market webinar. Unfortunately, like I said, Hannah's not going to be here today, but she will do a makeup, I think. I don't want to quote her, but I think she's going to do a trade recap at the end of the day for first step trading in the minties. So I'm pretty sure that's what she said. I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure she's going to do a trade recap this evening or some type of Zoom this evening for missing this morning. But yeah, man, I'm going to go grab my breakfast. I'll see majority of you guys in about 20 minutes for live trading. Hope you guys have a great day today. Manifesting a bright green day for everyone. And you guys have a great day today, all right? Peace, everybody.